Okay, we have friend of the show, Kyle Kulinski here, and he's going to give us his take on a homophobia hypocrisy story. And we're going to keep a close eye on him.
Business Insider has an amazing story here. This is a classic. An anti-gay Hungarian politician has resigned after being caught by the police fleeing a 25-man orgy through a window. An ally of Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban resigned from the European Parliament after attending what was described as a 25-man orgy in Brussels. Joseph Sager quit as an MEP on Sunday and later said he was present at a private party. The police found Sager and 24 other naked men at the gathering, including diplomats, local reports said. Sager played a key role in the Orban government's crackdown on LGBTQ rights in Hungary. There's so much to say about this. First of all, the nerve of attending a 25-person orgy during a pandemic. I mean, that's like next level irresponsible. 25-person orgy during a deadly pandemic? God damn, these must be some horny dudes. I mean, you got to be as horny as possible to do one of those things, right? I mean, what the hell? But listen, I mean, keep it real. This is a recurring story that we've seen time and time again, where you have like the most vitriolic, vehement, anti-gay politicians. As a general rule, if they seem like over-invested in that, it's because they're struggling with those feelings. Usually it's paired with a sort of like hardcore religious upbringing where you're taught that that's morally wrong and you internalize it. So you're taught it's morally wrong, you internalize it, and then the process is you actually get angry and resentful and almost jealous that there are gay people who are comfortable with being gay and who live that life openly, proudly. You see that and there's a level of resentment because in your mind you think like that could be me and I want to do that, but it's morally wrong. So I'm over here fighting off my urges nonstop and it's tough. And that makes me angry and resentful. And so that manifests as like being vehemently anti-gay and talking about it and pointing it out. And, you know, see, these guys tend to think technically it's a choice and I'm choosing to do the thing that I don't want to do, which is not engage in that stuff. And that makes me angry. And so you actually can see the psychological process. You see that makes sense. The people who are like, it's a thou doth protest too much type situation. And here you go.
Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable analysis. The most aggressive sex negativity comes from those who are repressing their own feelings. It's also a shame, given if you think about it, what percentage of the population are at least a little bit gay? Or what percentage of the population are at least a little bit MAP? If you look at it that way, I dare say virtually all of the sex negativity comes from those who are repressing and self-hating. And yes, for the duration of the virus, I do try to keep my own orgies below 10 people.
It's like, if you make it more taboo, you're increasing the mystique of it, right? And so that's a way to almost encourage people, in a sense, in certain directions. Oh, definitely don't do that. That's off the table. That's too far. That's really taboo. People be like, don't do what? Tell me about it in detail. Like, this is what happens because people are people. And we're complex. So
that is the best argument in favor of lowering the age of consent that I have never thought of. What if all the anti-pedo hysteria is actually contributing to intergenerational relationships? Maybe decriminalization would be in everyone's best interest. You get to cut down on the frequency of this sort of thing happening, and we get to cut down on the prison population.
It's just like, I wonder what would happen if people were never taught that that stuff is wrong. If you're taught from the beginning that you can be whoever you want to be, and there's nothing immoral or unethical about liking somebody of the same sex. I don't think people would ever start hating gay people if they're taught from when they're younger that it's fine to be like that. I do think there has to be a level of indoctrination from when you're a kid.
Kyle nails it yet again. We do know that things like homosexuality and minor attraction can be perfectly normal in any given society, and that they have been in the past. You could take any bigot from today, have them be born in the 18th century, and they wouldn't give it a second thought. As I've said before, the tendency to hate people who are sexually different from you has always existed, but what is defined as deviant varies all the time.
Obviously, this guy had it. Obviously, at some point he was fighting the urges, but he gave into those urges real good. To be at a 25-man orgy, I mean, that's as much giving in as you possibly can. And then the question I would have for him is like, so how do you feel after? Does the old teaching that it's wrong pop up in your mind from time to time? And are you like self-critical as a result of it? Are you like, God damn it, why did I do that? Or is it like total double life, total lie, including to yourself? Do you act like you never did it? Or is he, after he does it, is he like, that's the last time? And then like a week later, he's like, let's have another 25-man orgy. I don't know. But there's definitely, a psychological thing. Well, the most vehement anti-gay people oftentimes end up being gay themselves. They've even studied this. I think we've talked about it on this show a number of times. There's a study where they attach like sensors to their junk. And then if somebody who is kind of outwardly anti-gay, you showed them a picture of gay porn and they started getting hard. So, yeah. No reason to hate, ladies and gentlemen. No reason to hate. We're all equal. You can love whoever you want to love.
Absolutely, 100%. Imagine a world where we can get rid of all the sex negativity. A world where people like me are free to talk about more important things. A world where anger and outrage only happen when someone is actually hurt. Like when there's a war or a police force or a banking cabal. Not when just 2 or 25 people are enjoying each other's company.
There's really no moral angle to that. I mean, obviously, listen, not children, because they're literally not old enough to be in that realm of sexuality. They haven't developed yet. So there is something wrong with children and taking away their innocence, and by definition, there can't be consent there. But children aside, you love whoever the hell you want to love.
God damn it, Kyle. You were so close, man. You had it. You totally had it. You were right there. But then society told you that children were off the table. Well, Kyle, what is a child, though? Where's your line? Surely you don't think 17 is a child, do you? The whole world, even in this century, can't agree on a number. And if teenagers really can't consent, their brains just can't wrap around that, then why aren't we doing anything about the epidemic of teenagers raping each other? It all falls apart with just a little bit of critical thinking, man. You just have to want to question it, and then it's gone.
That's it. Nothing wrong with it. It'd be a lot more respectable if Homeboy was just open from the beginning. Like, yeah, I'm gay, and I like these 25-man orgies. I'm a fan of it. There is something respectable about just wear it on your sleeve. Yeah, that's what I do. I like it. So
I'm like 10 steps ahead of you, bro. Teenagers, I got nothing against them. You know what? You probably don't have anything against them either. You know what? Most people, they probably don't have anything against them either.
Jeez, man. Is this like are there like cabals of wealthy political figures that have these orgies all the time? Like, are you liable to stumble upon an orgy with like Dick Durbin and Mitch McConnell one day? I don't know. I'm asking. Like, is this? God, people are so like. I would never. Maybe I'm a square. Maybe I'm a loser. But I would never in a million year 25-person orgy. What the? It's almost sensory overload too. Too much is going on. You're like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting bombarded in every direction. This is crazy.
I can hook you up, man. Come to one of my parties. We'll have a good time.
Man, they got nerve, huh? They got balls. No pun intended. Maybe there is some secret thing going on among elites where they all like fuck each other nonstop. But whatever it is.
Stop hating maps and stop hating normal people and
stop hating gay people and everything would be hunky-dory.